My name is Emma and I have been involved in the sport of boxing since 2015. I have two children, Casey aged 14 and Elisha aged 9. I lost my husband to suicide in 2014. Our whole worlds were turned upside down. The loss has not just affected me, but my family and friends. I thought the hardest job in the world was telling my children that their daddy wasn't coming home. Little did I know the hardest job was yet to come. Well, Casey, he just shut down completely, but I had to explain to him that daddy had taken his own life, as I was afraid someone else would tell him. He wouldn't talk to anybody. I sat with him night after night and he cried himself to sleep. I was really concerned as his mum about his own mental health. He didn't want to socialise with anybody. He just was very withdrawn. The year after I lost my husband, I did have a minor breakdown. I just lost my grip on life, but I had the two children who depended on me and I needed to keep going for them. And I worked very hard with a lot of support from family and friends and built myself back up again for them. They offered me a lot of support. They were there 24/7, to be honest, but I felt as if I was a burden to them. So I started pushing them all away a wee bit, as I'm fiercely independent and I had to cope on my own, and I wanted to cope on my own, but it works for me to cope on my own because it gives me that focus. Sandy Rice is the head coach at Abbey Boxing Club. It was complete fluke that I met Sandy. I met him in hospital. He had actually dropped a pillow and I went over and helped him. And he then got talking to me about life in general, really, and why I was in hospital. And he asked then to bring Casey down to try the boxing. And I said, not a chance will I be bringing him to boxing. I agreed to let Casey go to the boxing because he had asked me to let him go. So I was really taken back by this, that he wanted to try it. And I thought, I'll do anything if it's going to help his mental health. It's horrible for a mother to watch their child just being in a ring constantly and just getting punched repeatedly and not doing anything to defend himself. It was as if Casey was just taking the punches. He wanted to punish himself, and I wasn't really sure as to why. So I did say to Casey that was enough, that he wasn't going to continue on with the boxing. I couldn't watch it any longer. Casey had begged me on the way home not to take it away from him, that he wanted to try. He thought that the punches would stop the ache in his heart, but it didn't. It only hurt his body. The change was dramatic in Casey. He started having a smile back in his face. He had me turning up to the gym 5 days a week, and we were 45 minutes earlier than everybody else, as he couldn't wait to get in through the doors to train. He had focus, he had direction. He was slowly but surely coming back to a happy young boy. I became then a coach. Sandy had put me through my coaching and I became a coach, and then I just recently passed my judging course for the AIBA Boxing Council. Elisha had no choice but to take an interest in the boxing. She knows every boxing combination that there is, and she is her brother's biggest cheerleader. Casey has went from strength to strength within the sport of boxing. He has represented County Antrim twice. He has fought in the Limassol Box Cup in Cyprus and came home with a bronze. And at the start of 2020, he became the Armagh Down champion. I owe a lot to Sandy myself. He has really helped Casey on his road to recovery. Sandy's just like family, to be honest. He has built us up, all three of us, myself, my son and my daughter. He put a lot of time and work into Casey. Casey has looked up to him very much, and really Sandy is the cause of us being here today. Well, when TJ came into our gym to discuss about sports, I thought, oh no, there's another thing Sandy has got me roped into. But TJ mentioned mental health and suicide awareness, and then TJ had my full attention. Our boxing club is now involved with sports. I am now a part of the sports team, encouraging other sports clubs to get involved. My husband's sport was football, and I only wish that sports had been set up within his football club, because who's to know, he might have used the sports platform to have helped him.